Hello everyone, good evening and I welcome you to EduTap. Please let me know that you can hear me so that we can start with your session of the day. So please let me know that you can hear me so that we can start with your session. Okay, so Ratan is here and I am waiting for few more seconds so that you guys can join in and we can start with your session. So today we are going to discuss some very important MCQs from ESI current affairs, and this particular session is important for phase 2 of NABARD grade A as well as B. And yes, your result is going to be out soon. Just in a couple of days we are expecting your result to be out. So okay, so very good evening everyone. I can see many of you here. All of you can hear me and see me. That's great. So shall we start with your session? Are you guys ready for your first question of the day? Okay, so here is your first question. The question from ESI Current Affairs is, report Mind the Gap State of Employment in India has been released by which of the following organizations? So this question you will be able to relate to it because such a kind of question from such a report was asked in phase 1 also. So let's see if you know this answer. Options are ILO, NSSO, Oxfam India, WTO or Niti Aayog. So I'll be waiting for your answers and then I'll provide you with the solution also. And before telling you the answers, I would tell you guys that you need to know these acronyms also. What does this ILO stands for? So it stands for International Labour Organization. Similarly, NSSO you have to know, National Sample Survey Organization. Oxfam India, World Trade Organization, and Niti Aayog also you have to know, National Institution for Transforming India. Right, so I can see only one answer here. Sri Vishnu is saying that he goes with option 3, that is Oxfam India. Okay, so so your answer is Oxfam India. Yes, you are right. And why? I don't know why am I not able to see your answers. Are you guys not answering the question? Or I'll just wait for a few seconds to see if you are answering. Anyhow, the answer to this question is Oxfam India. Great, great, great. All of you have gone with Oxfam India. That's nice. So the second edition of Oxfam India's India Inequality Report, which was titled as Mind the Gap State of Employment in India, it has been released in the month of March, and the report has approached the structural inequalities in the vast labor market of India. Fine. So Oxfam India has released this, and I can see one answer here is NSSO. No, it's not NSSO. Oxfam India has come up with this report, Mind the Gap State of Employment in India. Fine. So, shall we move to the next question? Question number 2. According to Mind the Gap State of Employment report, women are paid -% less than similarly qualified male workers for performing the same tasks. So this report released by Oxfam India says that women are paid -% less for performing the same tasks as that of men, and even despite being same qualified. So the question is here, what is that percentage that women are paid less? Is it 52%, 34, 48, 25 or 66%? Let's see if you know this answer. So Sivasadan says 34. Vishwajit goes with 34. Nice. Everyone is going with 34. That's great. We will just see the answer. Everyone going with 34. Let's see if you guys are right. Yes, 34% is the right answer. So this report has said that on an average in India, women are paid 34% less than similarly qualified male workers. Now in 2015, 92% of women and 82% of men were earning a monthly wage less than rupees 10,000. Now why is it important to note? Because the 7th Pay Commission had recommended the minimum average wage for a month as rupees 18,000. So that is far less. Rupees 10,000 was earned by 92% of women and 82% of men. Fine. So these are also two important things. Moving to your question 3. Again, all 5 MCQs are from the same report, the aspects, different aspects of the report. So the question is, what was the drop in the percentage of households due to the demonetization of 2016 where 2 or more persons were employed? Now this is again the same report which has said about the impact of demonetization on the employment of the person. So the drop in the percentage of households where 2 or more persons were employed. So that means after the demonetization, the percentage of households where 2 or more persons were employed has fallen down. So what is that percentage? Options are 20, 15, 8, 3 or 16. So these are the percentages. Let's see if you know this answer. Vishwajit says 15%. Okay, Ratan is also going with 15. Everyone is going with 15%. Have you guys all read it? We will just see, are you all right? Are you all going with the right answer or not? Akansha, Angad, Neetam, Pranab, everyone. That's nice. But unfortunately, this is not the right answer. I don't know why are you guys saying, all of you going with 15. The question is asking you about the drop in the percentage of households. So, earlier, according to this report, Oxfam India, there were 34.8 households in India where 2 or more persons were employed. Fine. But after this demonetization, the impact was such that this dropped to 31.8%. So that means there was a drop of 3%. Fine. Keep this in mind. This thing is important. And now you know this answer. Do keep this in mind and do not mark it wrong if it is asked in your examination. So the impact of post-demonetization was also mentioned and how it impacted the employment. Fine. So that was the report by Oxfam India. I am moving to your next question then. Okay. So this question 4th is, which of the following are the recommendations of Mind the Gap State of Employment report? Now this is interesting. So you have to identify the recommendations by the report, State of Employment report by Oxfam. So the options are better work condition, investment in health and education for better productivity, focus towards labor intensive sectors, only 1 and 2, or do you think 1, 2 and 3, all options given here 1, 2 and 3 are the recommendations of Mind the Gap? So I can see Manideep's answer for the previous question was right, but now we have come to question 4th. Let's see if you know this. Okay. I can see many of you answering as option 5. Lalit is also saying all. That means you think that all 3 are the recommendations of the report. Ratan is going with option 4. Fine. Else all are going with option 5th, is it? Shall I tell you the answer? Okay. So yes, it is this time collectively all of you are right. Only Ratan marked it wrong. Otherwise, yes, all 3 given here are the recommendations of this report about inequality. So this report has highlighted the grim picture of ground realities in India. It says that caste and class continue to play crucial roles in determining the employment for men and women in India, especially in the stigmatized vocations. What are these stigmatized vocations? These are sanitation, rag picking, etc. Even the jobs in the leather industry. So this report suggested that even today in this scenario, occupations like sanitation, education rank picking are done on the basis of caste and class. So this was also mentioned by this particular report, and further it said that India needs a shift in development towards the labor intensive sectors. That means the focus has to be towards the labor intensive sectors if we want to create more jobs. Then further it said better work conditions are required to make jobs more inclusive. Work conditions are very important according to this report. Third point was higher investment in health and education. As we know that Indian children, they are not healthy. We are leading in malnutrition, right? So if we are not investing in health and education, how can when a child he grows up and becomes a laborer, or he becomes economically productive, he'll not be able to come up with better results. So to improve the productivity, the economic productivity, the report has said that we need to invest higher in the health as well as education. Fine, very important findings. Keep these things in mind. You can use these important points in your essays also while writing the essays in English. Fine, these are very important findings. So I am moving to the last question from this particular report and from this lecture also. So what are the key markers of the lack of inequality in the Indian labor market? This is again related to the same report. It had said that there are few markers which actually tell us about the lack of equality, not inequality, I'm sorry. So the options are lack of quality jobs, lack of skills, increasing wage disparity, both 1 and 2, both 1 and 3. So now you do not have the option of all of these, else you would have gone with that also. So I'll be waiting for your answers. Read the question and then let me know what are the key markers of the lack of equality. Let us not consider this in here. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. So again everyone is going with option 5th, 1 and 3. Chandan is saying option 4. Saranya is saying both 1 and 3. Okay, that means you are also going with option 5. Akansha is also going with option 5. Okay, great. So I'll come up with the answer then. Yes, it's 5th, both 1 and 3. So lack of skills is not considered as this the ratio of inequality. Rather, lack of quality jobs and increasing wage disparity are the markers of the lack of equality in the Indian labor market according to this report by Oxfam India. Fine, that's great. That's great. You most of you could answer 3 to 4 questions correctly. That is a good number. So that's it. We are done with your 5 MCQs, and as you know, just to remind you that we are trying to come up with 2 sessions per day before your phase 2 so that you can cover up all important things, especially based on current affairs, and we are also trying to cover your static parts from ESI as well as ARD. Fine. So I hope that this session is helpful to you, and we'll be coming up with another session also. Fine. So that's it for today from my side, and you can see the excellent results produced by EduTap in the previous years of NABARD Grade A selection. Then yes, you can see the toppers here. You can get motivated so as to perform well, do really well in this 2019 examination. And that's it. Just to tell you that we are running a discount of 50% on all the NABARD courses. Just use this coupon code mentioned here, NABARD 50, and on all the courses it is being run. So that is it. And you, as you know, that for any query you need to drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in. We would be happy to help you, and you can also call us at 8146-207-241. So that's it from my side, guys. Wishing you all very best. Happy learning from the entire team of EduTap. I will see you soon in the next session.